Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel. I took the red pill. I know life's short, so I wanna live real. But how's it supposed to feel?
Hey guys, how you going? Okay, part of this, there's going to be two different videos today. Well, one's going to be longer than the other. The one I'm uploading to YouTube does not have everything in it because RFK Jr. is being, they're swearing him in or doing whatever they're doing today. He's been hammered by all these weird lefties, and I can't play it on YouTube because I keep getting videos taken down for medical misinformation or whatever. So, and it's every time I play an RFK Jr. clip. So, or say anything about it. So that will be up on Rumble, okay? What I'll do is the beginning of this video will be the same as the beginning of the video on Rumble, but at the end of the video on Rumble will be more information, okay? So please go there to see the whole video. But I'll upload what I can here anyway. Okay, let's get into the news. Here in Australia, Stephen says, this is Australia now, 4 highly paid DEI female bureaucrats who've never had a real job in their lives wearing high-vis and lecturing all of us. This is pretty much what Australia's full of now. People with no idea lecturing people who've actually gone to and studied or learnt this over years and years and years and years and years. But you got these idiots telling them what to do. That's why Australia's got so much red tape and it's impossible to do anything. Matthew Kamenzuli said, we show up and now there are rumours Bowen is getting the sack. Maybe we need a real independent to run against Albanese. I just want Australia back. Now playing, says the Courier Mail. National Senator reacts to rumours Chris Bowen could be sacked. We can only hope and dream. Okay, the rubber duck. Now, okay, everyone here is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, and everything here is alleged, unless proven otherwise. The rubber duck said, what if the precipice event turns out to be a bright flash in the sky, sold to us as incoming nuke blasts? I've thought this before. But turns out to be the light that will heal us from within, activated by the flip of a switch. Does anyone remember Trump saying this? Okay, just let me get this right. Okay. Now, I'm not going to play the rest of it because I should have done this one on Rumble. Okay, I'm going to come back to this one and record the rest of it from Rumble. So if you want to see the whole clip and how he talks about disinfectant, but that's the first part that I was interested in because of this comment. What if the precipice events turns out to be a bright flash in the sky? Healing, guys, healing. Can you imagine one day waking up and being healed? I can't. Healed of all that ails you. Wouldn't that be good? Don't even need a med bed. A bright flash in the sky might do it. Okay, we have from George breaking. Dan Bongino's team just applied to gain access to the White House briefing room. Imagine Dan showing up one day, towering all over the fake news dorks and actually asking the right questions. We are entering into a new era for the media. They won't be able to avoid it anymore. Australians versus the agenda, said Shadow Minister for Government Efficiency, Jacinda Price, said that she will be auditing the Indigenous Industrial Complex. I would love to see this. I'm sure all of Australians would love to see an audit of the Indigenous Industrial Complex, because I think what you'll find is a lot of that money is going into the pockets of the elite inner city claiming Aboriginality. Okay, George said breaking. Trump just fired Gwyn Wilcox, the National Labour Relations Board chair. Wilcox said she'll fight to overturn his decision. As the first black woman board member, I brought a unique perspective that I believe will be lost upon my unprecedented and illegal removal. I'll be pursuing all legal avenues to challenge my removal, which violates long-standing Supreme Court precedent. President Trump's decision shocked the system because apparently NLRB members are shielded from presidential removal, a rule that clearly violates the Constitution. There is no such thing as an independent agency of the federal government. All agencies that wield executive authority are under the president's jurisdiction. Article 2, Section 1 of the Constitution. The executive power shall be vested in a president of the United States. President Trump also fired Jennifer A. Abruzzo, the NLRB's general counsel, who also happens to be white. Someone should tell Wilcox she didn't get fired for being a black woman. She got fired for being dumb. Wow. Aren't they all? Even ours are here in Australia, like those stupid women I showed you at the beginning, the bureaucrats, who want to tell people, mainly men, who've studied their jobs for years and years and years, have been doing it for years or studied for years to get there, and she's telling them how to do their jobs. No, that is just pure stupidity. We have this from Jack Straw. The inheritance tax, accounts receivable tax, building permit tax, CDL license tax, cigarette tax, corporate income tax, dog license tax, excise tax, federal income tax, federal unemployment tax, fishing license tax, food license tax, fuel permit tax, gasoline tax, currently 44.75 cents per gallon, just the tax. Gross receipts tax, hunting license tax, inheritance tax, inventory tax, IRS interest charges, IRS penalties, tax on top of tax, liquor tax, luxury taxes, marriage license tax, Medicare tax, personal property tax, real estate tax, service charge tax, social security tax, road usage tax, recreational vehicle tax, sales tax, school tax, state income tax, state unemployment tax, telephone federal incise tax, telephone federal universal service fee tax, telephone federal, state and local surcharges taxes, telephone minimum usage, surcharge tax, telephone recurring and non-recurring charges tax, telephone state and local tax, telephone usage charge tax. How many telephone taxes have you got? Utility taxes, vehicle license registration tax, vehicle sales tax, watercraft registration tax, well permit tax, workers' compensation tax. Still think this is funny? Not one of these taxes existed 100 years ago and our nation was the most prosperous in the world. We had absolutely no national debt, had the largest middle class in the world, and mum stayed home to raise the kids. What in the heck happened? Can you spell politicians? I hope this goes around the USA at least 545 times, if not more. You can help it get there. Go ahead, be an American. Send this to everyone you know. There you go. Should retweet, repost. There you go. Okay, Drogo said no surprise that clickbait accounts are pushing the headline that Trump signed an executive order to deport anti-Semites. The executive order is focused on foreign students who broke the law. Okay? People who break the law. It's not an anti-Semite, just anyone. Insurrection Barbie said Trump didn't order a halt on Medicaid. These people are shameless liars who have no business being in public office. It's ridiculous. Well, this is what they're doing. So they're getting very desperate. So they're just lying about what Trump's doing. And I believe that's why Dan Bongino wanted to get into the press room. Kevin Dalton said deputies with the Los Angeles Sheriff Department find a 100-year-old woman left behind after her assisted living home evacuated without her during the Los Angeles fire. What on earth is going on? Is this real? I don't know. Doesn't surprise me if it's real, if it is real. Okay, I've spoken about that. It'll be on Rumble. Libs of TikTok said former president of Kenya mocks countries who are upset that Trump said he won't give blank checks anymore to foreign governments. Why are you crying? It's not your government. He has no reason to give you anything. You don't pay taxes in America. Exactly. My goodness. Kate said the PM has shown his reluctance to visit the sites vandalised and bombed by anti-Semitic terrorists. Hence, his very swift appearance at the firebomb daycare centre took some by surprise. Why do you call it anti-Semitic? Why not just call it a terrorist? Because this anti-Semite thing makes me think of censorship. When it's not, this is actually a terrorist event. The release of the news last night that a caravan loaded with explosives has been discovered just a day before the daycare attack might explain his swiftness. There's no doubt he would have been informed of this discovery. Perhaps when the daycare centre went up, the PM was jolted out of his apathy and denial. And perhaps the penny has finally dropped that what has been happening is serious. Hopefully the MSM will start putting pressure on him to do his blasted job. I wouldn't rely on the mainstream media. Okay, here again in Australia, Mark PG said WF young leader Claire O'Neill is boasting online that housing costs have come down 0.2% under Labor. The part she forgot to tell you was they've gone up 47% over the last 3 years. Claire's boss at the WF told her what to aim at. You'll own nothing and you'll be happy. Jessica said, just when you think you've seen it all, Trump playing tennis with Serena Williams barefoot in a full suit. Wow. There you go. Okay, I won't say another word about it. Matt Letizia said, anyone else of the opinion that artificial intelligence isn't all it's cracked up to be? Remind me of Neil Ferguson's COVID predictions, junk in, junk out. Yeah, they didn't work out too well, now did they? Stephen, again here in Australia, Gillard, while PM, gave $300 million of our money to the Clinton-affiliated Global Partnership for Education. Gillard became chairman of that Clinton fund in 2014. Julia Gillard. Horrible woman. Eric Doherty said this is Molly Gaston, a career prosecutor who worked with special counsel Jack Smith to target Trump. Trump has now fired her. Nah. MJ Truth Ultra said Trump posted this. Drop a frog if you know. Trump posted, watch the water. Okay, interesting. Just watch the water. Whether it's on land or in the ocean, watch the water. Rep Marjorie Taylor Greene, and by that I mean even California, where'd the water go, you know? I'm talking about everything. Yeah, the ocean, even the sky maybe. Rep Marjorie Taylor Greene said California's Secretary of State has approved a campaign to gather signatures for a petition calling for a vote on if California should secede from the US and become an independent country. Go ahead. That would mean 43 Democrats in the US House of Representatives would be gone, giving House Republicans a huge majority, and 2 California Democrat US senators would be gone, making the Republican Senate majority stronger. And if California secedes, the next Democrat presidential candidate would lose California's 54 electoral college votes. California TDS patients could lead to their own demise. I'm here for it. Fuck around and find out. Okay, Liz Churchill said just when you think your day couldn't get better, India suggests exiting the WHO. Go India. Oh, I actually hiccuped then. Sorry, guys. I mean, therefore I am said, holy shit. Johnson stated that it's not his job to protect Chicago residents from violent criminal illegals. Reporter Tom Holman showed up in Chicago and within 24 hours found a convicted sex offender who's been living in our city since 2009, flouting the sex offender registry. If he can do this, why can't you? Johnson, because that's their job. That is their job. Reporter said, your job is not to keep the people of Chicago safe. Johnson, the federal government has a responsibility to make sure that individuals who are undocumented and have been charged with or convicted of a crime are held accountable. It's the federal government's responsibility to do their part and uphold the law. My God. Yeah, I hope Chicago's waking up. Peter Sweden said Italy has banned fake lab-grown meat, has banned insects in their pasta and pizza, has banned ground-mounted solar panels on farmland. Deputy Prime Minister Salvini proposed bill to withdraw from the WHO. They are rejecting the globalist agenda. Okay, Matt Walsh said countries that cannot function without US foreign aid should simply not exist. This is his opinion, not mine. You have no right to exist as a nation if your existence depends on forced donations from the citizens of another country. Take away all foreign aid permanently and let the chips fall where they may. I agree, because most of it's washing that money. You know, a bit of laundering going on, you know. The things women have to do all the time, but with clothes. Launder them. Oh, my God, now I'm having a big stretch. The notice has said a Sudanese refugee member of Melbourne's notorious Apex gang who was spared deportation despite being jailed over a violent carjacking that caused his traumatised victim to commit suicide is now accused of taking part in a terrifying home invasion while already out on bail. That's Australia for you. We're like California and New York, Australia is. I think Canada's the same. Maybe New Zealand too, I don't know. Benny Johnson said massive breaking. Defence Secretary Pete Hegseth has revoked General Mark Milley's security detail and security clearance. Hegseth is now planning on demoting the general. Hegseth also ordered the removal of all Pentagon portraits of Milley. Total humiliation. Go Hegseth. Because this man, General Milley, is one of the most corrupt pieces of garbage in... I don't know, I wonder what they've got over his head, actually. Now that the determination's been made by Pete Hegseth that there is not sufficient reason to justify continued physical protection of Milley, will he refund the American taxpayers the significant sum he received in recent months for the renovation of his private residence? Media has omitted in reporting that for many months concerns were raised within the Pentagon about the justification, lack thereof, for continued protection afforded to Milley. Recommendations by career staff to curtail protection were repeatedly dismissed by Austin and Millency Harris after lobbying from Milley. Wow. That is interesting. I wonder how many other people who get protection are renovating their homes. Okay. Alexandria Marshall said most of them were government operated, doing some kind of surveillance operation. The rest were, as I wrote in an article at the time, random citizens joining in with their own drones. The crucial point is, this is about the drones, okay, that were in USA. The crucial point is the government knew the drones belonged to them, but they denied it, feigned ignorance, and allowed a news story to develop that they might be from China. This is a seriously crazy thing for the Biden admin to do. And that's in response to Alexandra Marshall saying it took Donald Trump about 5 seconds to explain the drones. So why the heck did Biden pretend the government had no idea what they were? What is the point of the constant secrecy? To keep people in fear. That's what it is. Robbie Starbuck said President Trump says he stopped the following expenditures approved by Democrats. $45 million for diversity scholarships in Burma. $50 million for condoms to be sent to Gaza. Planning on attacking a lot of women, are we? $181 million in DEI training contracts. Now you know why these people hate me so much. $1.7 billion in payments to foreign orgs, including $40 million going to the WHO. I'm convinced that many of these programs are just money laundering and that America's been running the largest scale money laundering scheme in modern history to benefit Democrats. The math is not mathing for me. There's no way they really plan to spend $45 million on diversity scholarships in Burma. If they did, then they're criminally stupid. Great work by Doge, Elon Musk, identifying all this waste. Wow. Yeah, I reckon that's what that's what the Ukraine thing's been about. That's what COVID was. In just my opinion. And mind you, everything is theory until proven otherwise. Dr. Simon Godek said, be honest, when you meet someone new, do you instantly wonder if they blindly complied with the COVID mandates? Yeah, actually I do. But I try to just, I don't hold it against them. I get it. I mean, we were all asleep at one point. Chaya Rychek said there's like a 99.99999% chance that the condom to Gaza thing is actually just money laundering. Dom Luca said American breaking news. American breaking news. Tiffany Henyard, the woman titled America's Worst Mayor, and her boyfriend got into a fight at a township meeting. Mayor Henyard's wig was seen flying across the room. A speaker ended with, "You gone, bitch." So, can we see this? Okay. Where is she and where's the wig? I want to see the wig fly. Wow. Yeah, it just looks like a big kerfuffle there. Okay. Anyway, I can't see the wig flying across the room, but anyway, there you go. That was Tiffany Henyard, who was, she was doing all sorts of funny things with the money that she was given. By the taxpayers, mind you. James Wood said every time we've tried to recall Gavin Newsom, there was confusion as to the correct form. We must get the correct form to recall both Karen Bass and Newsom. Bass has to go immediately now that she's chosen an outside consultant to ruin the Palisades reconstruction effort. Oh, dear God. Elon Musk set a fork in the road. America said breaking Trump administration to offer 2 million federal workers a chance to take deferred resignation with severance package of 8 months of pay and benefits. 5 to 10% of the workforce is estimated to quit, which could lead to around $100 billion in savings. America's already saving money with Doge. Senator Matt Canavan said the word teal must be toxic in their polling. No wonder, because they're a big part of the reason the standard of living of Australians have plummeted. Peter Dutton, don't call me teal, meet the Climate 200 back candidate set to take on Peter Dutton. She's still a teal. Okay? I will call you a teal because that's what you are. Anyone Climate 200 backed? That's exactly what it is. Not good people, right? Miller Joy said breaking. Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham are reportedly both a no for RFK. Trump won South Carolina by 20 points, Kentucky by 31. Both senators took an oath to represent their constituents. They will both break their oath again. What should be done about these two? Kicked out. Absolutely. See you later, mate. You're not going to represent your constituents? See ya. Goodbye. Off you go. Let me help the door here on the way out. Wall Street Apes. I'll slam it for them. Wall Street Apes said, well, no longer a conspiracy theory. Oh, no, can't read that one. I've read that one on Rumble anyway. Craig Kelly said, no, it's not a riot in some remote part of Pakistan. It's downtown, the capital of People's Socialist Republic of Victoria, Stan. True Blue Rebels said, what the fuck? This is Melbourne. Deport them now. Okay, Victoria is where the police, during freedom protests during 2020 and 2019, the police were firing at people with rubber bullets and all sorts of things. But no, this can go on. There's no problem here. Peaceful protesters, not allowed. But this, hey, go for it, They don't care. Chris Maga Islander said 449,000 Californians turned down jury duty because they were not citizens, but they were registered voters. Let that sink in. Holy guacamole. Okay, Clandestine said, holy shit, Trump says he's signing a NEO to instruct DOD and DHS to prepare Guantanamo to house the worst of the worst illegal aliens. Trump invests hundreds of millions of dollars into Gitmo in his first term and already has 30,000 beds waiting. This was his plan all along. Ollie Lunder said, breaking. President Trump expected to sign executive order today to deport pro-Hamas students. The order will seek deportation of resident aliens, including students with visas who broke laws, as part of anti-Israel protests following the October 7, 2023 attack on Israel. It will instruct all federal agencies to identify civil and criminal authorities available to combat anti-Semitism, including finding ways to deport anti-Jewish activists who break the laws. Who break the laws, you know, not just the activists, but the ones who break the laws. You don't need the anti-Semitism bit. You just need that they broke the law, man. Matt Wallace, a DEI high USDA Inspector General, just had to be escorted out of her office after refusing to comply with her firing by the Trump administration. We'll post the video the second I get it. Is she an infiltrator? Yep, no, okay. Cat Turd said, keep in mind, RFK Jr. will face major backlash today from senators who are bought and sold by, you know. No, I read that one, okay. Oh, God, I should have removed them. Doge is saving the federal government approximately $1 billion a day, mostly from stopping the hiring of people into unnecessary positions, deletions of DEI, and stopping improper payments to foreign organisations, all consistent with the President's executive orders. A good start, though, this number needs to increase to more than $3 billion a day. Wow. MJ Truth Ultra said Trump drops a bomb. Federal employees may have to prove they didn't have, not literally, federal employees may have to prove they didn't have another job during their employment with the US government. If they did, that would be unlawful. If federal employees don't show up to work by February 6th, you're fired. A lot of people are getting fired. Can't wait to see that. Hopefully it has effects here in Australia and we start seeing some things coming around here in Australia, like we've apparently seeing some kind of doge beginning. David Limbrick MP said Australia tobacco excise tax is one of the most disastrous policies ever devised. It's a recipe for extortion, arson and murder, and it'll only get worse. The only way to fix it is to break the economic incentives, reduce tobacco excise to a reasonable level, and legalise vaping as an alternative for adults. Anything else will fail. I agree. Stephen said, working 50 hours a week and it's not enough. Consider this, the Chancellor of the University of Canberra is Lisa Paul, who Bill Shorten hired, listen to this, to co-author the NDIS review on a huge fee. Now Lisa hired Bill as Vice-Chancellor on $1.6 million. Okay, Bill Shorten was in our parliament, okay? And he hired to co-author the NDIS this Lisa Paul. Now that Bill Shorten is no longer in our parliament, Lisa hired Bill as Vice-Chancellor of the University of Canberra. Do you see it? It's insane, isn't it? It's like it's a revolving door from government into universities or big business, like the Clinton stuff and Julia Gillard. Benny Johnson said meltdown, Elizabeth Warren. Yep, I played that one, I do believe. Gunther Eagleman said the confirmation hearing for RFK Jr. is tomorrow. He's been nominated for HHS Secretary. Big Pharma opposes him. Mike Pence opposes him. Let's send a message to the Senate GOP. If you think all 53 senators should vote to confirm, let them know. They're tagged. There you go. America AF said breaking. A large percentage of the transgender community is preparing to flee the US and seek asylum abroad. Oh, please do not come here. Do not. Do not. Yeah, where are they going to go? They should create their own country. Give them Epstein Island. No, don't do that. We need the evidence. But listen to this, okay? On this thought, Aussie MAGA girl said, I'm waiting for my eye appointment. There's an old man wearing a lady's dress and nail polish. She's not all there, annoying everyone by speaking so loudly. It's an open waiting room and he's saying Trump has a mental illness. Oh, dear God. That his supporters are mentally unwell too. I proudly put my keys around my neck and gave him the stink eye. Yes, we are the mental ones. Mate, you're in a dress and heels, talking deep like a man. I'm over this insanity. Wild times. If this shit doesn't end soon, I'm swimming to Florida. Okay? Whoops, sorry for the big zoom in on her chest. There you go. I'll join you, love. Let's swim over there. Find a tunnel that goes there. That might be quicker. I don't know. It's probably a high-speed rail to go with that tunnel. Mick Amias said, looks like bike boy scandal's going to federal court. The Andrews family, the one who deployed all of the rubber bullets against people protesting freedom in 2020. He's the worst premier of Australia, honestly. And that's saying a lot because there are a lot of bad ones. The Andrews family's been given the ultimatum by the Mullen family. By the way, he ran over a boy on a bike, him and his missus in the car. Apologies and pay compensation or go to federal court and let a federal court judge decide. This matter has been ongoing since 2013. Daniel Andrews is former Victorian Premier but is also longest Premier in history. No more lies. Andrews faces new legal threat over crash statements. Daniel and Catherine Andrews have been given 28 days to apologise and pay compensation after being hit with new illegal action in the federal court over a near-fatal car crash with a teenage bicyclist in LBRY. Jeff, AU, said Albanese just posted about more free shit. He got torched. He deleted the post. Good times. He's finished. Because that's how our politicians roll, okay? They promise you all this free shit if you vote for him. Just, you'll get, he just does it. They hand out money, okay? Which ends up hurting Australia. Sherry Markson said, breaking, a caravan laden with explosives and a note with the address of Jewish targets, including a synagogue, has been found in Sydney. Police have launched a major investigation after keeping this secret. There you go. RM said eventually Australia will have their own D-class of stuff like US, first up, Port Arthur Massacre Files, Peter Falconio Files, Mr. Bubble Files, Mr. Cruel Files, and the Malat Backpacker Files. Anything else? Pine Gap. The whole lot we need. But I remember doing a video on Mr. Cruel, and I remember saying something in that video that, like it sounds... I should try and find it and re-upload it, guys. I might try and do that. Alexandria Marshall said Australia's obsession with alcohol tax and the stable stream of money it feeds into the Treasury is so high that we're about to lose our entire beer, wine and spirit industry along with all the jobs. Why do they call them spirits? Why aren't our politicians taxing foreign alcohol imports and cutting tax? It's the reverse of what it should be. Yeah. Cutting tax to locals to encourage our domestic industry is the reverse of what should be. Australia last. That's what Canberra is. They hate us. Tim Poole said, I didn't realise Selena Gomez was friends with so many pedos, rapists and murderers. Yeah, no. Apparently. McAmius said Elon Musk Starlink. Oh, no, I read that one yesterday or the day before. I had yesterday off because I was freaking out. We were due to have a thunderstorm with large hail. So I was trying to, I don't have a garage or a carport. So I was trying to find a way to cover my car. My thoughts, a lot of pillows, then blankets over the top of those pillows. So to keep the hail from even being like, when the hail hits the outside, it's not even going to touch the car. You know what I mean? So the pillows are holding the blankets up out off the car. Then there's plastic over the top, big clear plastic tarps. They're massive. And they're all tied down to the car. You should see my car. It looks like a Griswolds are going away on vacation, but worse. Anyway, guys, okay, that's it for today. I hope you have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye, guys.